Good morning, everyone. Okay, we are ready to finish this little painting, and we're going to do our second rose here. I just got finished doing this one here because it would take too long to do both of them. So I'm going to show you how to do this rose with the smaller one up here. And what I've done is, let's see, I have a 1/2-inch angular brush and the Donna Dewberry specialty set with the little flowers on it. Has your angle brushes in it, and that's what you would want to use. If you don't have an angle brush, you could get that set, and it has a filbert and an angle brush in it. So what I've done is remember these were dry, I let them set overnight, the base coating. What I did was I took floating medium and I covered the area that I'm going to paint with. Okay, you can't see it, but I can see it from where I'm sitting here. And what this does, it just allows the backdrop to be slick, and it's easier to do your strokes, especially on paper. So this has been coated with some floating medium, a thin coat. I have loaded berry wine on the tip of the brush, and floating medium on the back. So I have 3 little areas here. I have this area has my berry wine and floating medium. This one will be the yellow ochre and floating medium. And this one will be a lighter color. This is like a blue violet. And you could use an aqua color or any other color that you have. But I'm staying here on the berry wine, and I'll add June berry into that a little later. We add several colors. I'm going to do the outside edge of this first. So we want the darker color. You can see as I come up into this area, see how this is lighter? I'll be picking up the yellow ochres, kind of like what we did over here in this area. So you're going to start off, and we're just going to do light little curves. Sometimes this tends to be a little transparent, and I like the little transparency. I like painting my flowers really soft looking and kind of transparenty. I like doing the overstroke in a lot of my flowers. If you'll notice on my videos, a lot of them have that transparent look, soft look. Now if you get it too transparent on here, just pick up a little more berry wine and come back in, see, and just edge it like that. Okay, now we have one layer on. Let's move to another layer, but I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. And to lighten it up, rather than use a white, I'm going to use the coffee latte. Why? Because if I use white, it's going to turn pink. Don't want pink, so I use the coffee latte. See how it just lightened it up just enough to where you can see another row of petals. See, I'm using what colors I have in the back. On the bottom half, it's bringing, oops, wrong area here. The colors that I've already base coated in. So I'm actually just layering with the top edge of this brush. Coffee latte, a little more berry wine. And these flowers have layers and layers of petals. And if your petal isn't showing up, you just add a little bit of a lighter color. To the paint, whichever pile of paint you're in. Now, I'm going to start going into some of the yellows right here. See, I'm just laying on the brush and sliding it around. It'd be harder to do that unless I had some of this floating medium. You can also use a slow dry if you have a slow dry. That'll give you about 15 minutes to work right on wet. Now I'm going to go into some yellow ochre. Didn't clean my brush. I dirty brush pretty much everything. Dirty brush means you don't clean your brush in water. You just, if you have to, you wipe it with a towel. Okay, now see how that made another color coming in. Okay, if I need to go lighter, now I can use white in the yellow ochre to lighten it up a little bit. It's dragging with me. I'm going to pick up a little floating medium on the toe of the brush. I'm leaning on the outside edge when I do these strokes. The outside edge, I need to go lighter. Remember, if it doesn't show up, go lighter. Maybe you want a few of these real light. Now I need to come in and start doing the center. Maybe a couple of rows here are real light. So let's go in and do our center before I get too carried away here. I can't see those two petals, so I'm just going to lighten one little edge there. Okay, let's do the center. Do the center in the yellow ochre. The center part, make sure you get the center is right there. So I'm going to do a little curve like that. Let's see, I like to do about 3. Little curve like that. And another little curve like that. Okay, so now I have a little opening there. And as you come around, just add a little more, a few more petals as you come around. I'm using the tip of the brush. I am not even on the back of that brush. Now, that's light enough. I'm going to add a little bit of blue, this blue color, while I can, because it's harder to add it later. See how that blue just kind of, it's a shadowy color, and I put it in all of my flowers. There. Alright, there's the center. Now we can go ahead and start, oops, I'm off camera here, going back into the yellow ochre with some white. That might be a little too strong. I'm getting a little tacky here, so I need a little float. Let's try up here where it's supposed to be light. Now see, I gotta be careful because this color is pretty light. I'm still just working on the back tip. Alright, as I come into, I'm going to be standing up on the chisel more. I don't want to get rid of my darks. So, see how I'm up on this corner. I want to keep this light. I'm up on the corner here. Oh, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Okay, as I come around, still coming around. Okay, let's get up on that chisel. As I'm coming around here, it's almost like just a light chisel stroke. Don't cover up all your darks. Oops, lighter than that. I'm just edging a few of those little petals there, because I lost a few of them. I'm trying to stay out of your way, so I'm getting in some really goofy positions here to, and I'm just edging right now, just edging some of those petals here as I come out. Let me look in the monitor. Okay, let's go back to some berry wine. I'm going to dip into some floating medium. I've kind of lost some of my edges out here, so I'm going to edge a few of them. I'm going to go a little bit lighter. So when you lose a petal, just pick up a little bit lighter tone in it and come back and edge it. And that will bring it back. But as you can see, you just go around and around. Now I'm going to edge some of these out here. There we go. Let's see here. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up blue. I'm going to dip into the blue here. Work that in. Put a little float on there. It's dragging. I have a little blue in here, but I want to see a little blue. Maybe. I like to put it on the petals that are coming out the furthest. Like the light is catching that and it's casting a blue tone on that petal. Soften that a little bit. Can you see the difference that makes? Putting that little, just that little shadow color in there. And it has, the shadow color has all these pretty colors that you've used. Let me edge that one just a little bit. I want one of these petals to kind of show up over here. See, against, but not real strong. It doesn't have to be real strong. There we go. Okay. Now, if I wanted to go back into any of these roses or any area that is dry, just go ahead and let this dry. Whatever's wet now, let it dry. And then if I wanted to come back and work on this isn't totally dry. I can see that some of the edges of the paint are still wet. But this was done yesterday, so I could come back and I could re-wet this if I want to go back in and add some more colors, because I noticed I had like a line of dark and light. So what I did this morning, I came back in with the filbert and I brought some of this dark up in here, and I got rid of that line that was across there. So I worked it back and forth so that it didn't look like I had a line there. And that's just some of the things that you will see when you, a lot of times when you're sitting back and looking at it. I'm looking at the monitor right now. Kind of, yeah, I don't want to do that. Hang on. Now what you can do, if you do that, there we go. Start to say have a QT. I always have a wet QT close by my painting table. Okay, I'm going to put this angle brush in the water there because I want it to clean it. Now remember, I'm on the double loading carousel. I have press and seal on my carousel because it has a sticky back. And these paints I put out yesterday, I keep it with the sponge loader. The sponge is wet, and this will last me for about a month of painting other things. So it works as a double loader, and it also works as a stay wet palette. So when I'm finished with this, I just go ahead and put the lid on this, push it down, seal it up, and put it away, and I can come back and I can do some more paintings that are in these colors. Now the only thing that I might do is add a few leaves. This is just on the rose here, but what I would do is bring maybe some of these leaves in front of some of the petals here, especially right over in here. I'd like to have a set of leaves over here and maybe a few of them over here. So what I'll do is I will get those done, and I will take a photo of this after I finished piddling with it a little more, and you'll see the finished piece. So that's what I have on the rose. These are fun to do. Just make sure you have an angle brush. They're easier to do with an angle brush than they are a flat brush. So make sure you have that specialty brush kit that Donna sells, because it'll give you your filbert so that you can do the hydrangea, and it'll also give you an angle brush so that you can go ahead and do your roses. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I do daily shorts videos on my YouTube channel, which is Jann Mendenhall Painting, and I'd love to see you. You'll learn a lot on my channel. I do a lot of one stroke. I do a lot of different styles and methods of painting. Now this one, if you want to go back and you want to watch Donna's painting with this, let me show you her painting. This is the painting that she did. So if you want to go back and watch her painting, you can do it in 2 different styles. She's got 4, I've got 3. I moved my Eiffel Tower over here because I wanted to see it. And I ended up with this little painting. So I wanted to teach you how you can do different methods, different styles, different colors if you want to. And you can take the lessons that Donna gives you and you can do it in your own style and your own colors. And that's what makes it fun. If you can't do a certain leaf that Donna does, maybe you'll learn a little later, but you do your own leaf. Do one that's a little simpler. So anyway, thanks a lot. Be sure and like and subscribe. I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.